we would go to Austria, and we started in '98, and then we were asked to come back again, which we did 2 years later, and then asked to come back again and again. So we have now been there 4 times, quite an experience, and have been asked back again, interestingly enough. There was a hiatus of several years, and have now been asked to come again for 2012. So if all being well, in the fall of 2012, we will be back in Vienna as part of a European tour. Being in Austria in general, being in Vienna in particular, which has a very checkered history when it comes to how Jews were treated pre-war and of course even after the war, to come to a place which was so seminal to what was happening with Nazism, to come to a place where not far from where we were performing, Hitler came to give his speech about how the Austrians and Germans had their Anschluss, is, to say the least, quite an emotional experience. So for all of us who came, I think even for the younger people, they already understood. We prepared ourselves. We spoke at length to all the members of our theater prior to leaving to make sure that they understood where we were going and what the context of all of that was. Part of our tour, our first tour to Austria, was that we visited Mauthausen. And so, of course, visiting that infamous camp was a way of grounding us and beginning to understand where were we going. But performing in Yiddish in Vienna was quite surreal. The play that we put on the first time we were there, I could be wrong if I say the first or second time, I think it was the first time, was the Dybbuk, Ansky's magnificent play. And the performance was such, when you're in theater, you consider yourself lucky if during your whole career, I don't care if you're a professional or an amateur, you consider yourself very lucky if you can think of certain performances that stay with you for the rest of your life. Well, the performance of the Dybbuk in Vienna was one of those moments. The first time we actually performed it, and I can see it now, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house. When we finished and the lights went up, there was stunned silence. And then the place erupted. But the eruption was not just applause, but it was applause mixed with tears. Very emotional.